Our world basically runs on culture. It's in the movies we watch, the brands we buy, and yeah, even the AI we're building right now. But the way we handle this incredible, vital resource, it's completely broken. So today, we're going to dive into a pretty radical new science that's designed to fix it. It's called civilizology.
And it all kicks off with a really provocative question. Is your AI a colonialist? Now, that might sound like just a wild thought experiment, but it's not. It actually gets right to the heart of this huge, kind of hidden crisis happening in our digital lives.
See, we're not talking about the slow, physical theft of artifacts from museums anymore. This is digital, and it's happening at lightning speed. You've got AI models being trained on biased data, which then just shoots old stereotypes all around the globe. You've got incredible virtual worlds being built using the artistic styles of entire cultures without any credit. And a sacred pattern? It can do scanned and slapped on 1 billion t-shirts in the blink of an eye. The speed and the sheer scale have totally changed the game.
Which brings us right to our first big point. Culture is facing a truly dangerous new reality, and all our old ways of thinking about it, they're just not built for the 21st century, not even close.
Yeah, this isn't some dusty, theoretical debate for professors anymore. This is a real-world, urgent crisis, and it's hitting the entertainment industry, the fashion world, and big tech, all at the same time. And because culture is becoming such a massive driver of our economy, the stakes have never, ever been higher.
So how in the world did we get here? Well, the thing is, this isn't really a new problem. We've just inherited a really, really old and fundamentally broken system for how we deal with culture.
If you look back, our journey here kind of happened in 3 big phases. First, you had the age of extraction. That's when colonial powers just systematically took cultural heritage from all over the world. Then we entered the age of codification. We actually created international laws to stop all the looting. But, well, those laws were full of holes. And that brings us to today, the age of digital disruption, where brand new technology is creating forms of exploitation that those old rules couldn't even have imagined. So why are our current laws so useless here? Well, it really boils down to 3 huge reasons. First, they aren't retroactive. That basically gives a legal get-out-of-jail-free card for centuries of colonial takings. Second, they use a totally wrong framework. They treat culture like it's property, something you can own or steal, instead of a matter of collective rights. And finally, laws like copyright are all focused on individual creators. They offer zero protection for heritage that was created by a whole community over generations. And that really is the core of it. We are trying to solve a complex 21st century digital problem with a blunt 19th century tool, this old idea of property. It's like trying to perform brain surgery with a hammer. It's never going to work. So what if we just threw out the hammer? What if we changed the tool completely? And that simple question leads us to the huge idea at the very heart of civilizology, this concept of civilization rights. Now this, right here, is a complete 180. It's a total paradigm shift. We move from focusing on ownership to focusing on stewardship. It's not about who owns this anymore. It's about who's taking care of this. We stop thinking in transactions and start building relationships. And instead of rights being held by one person for a limited time, they're held by the entire collective civilization forever. This single change just reframes the entire conversation. So let's break down what this actually means. These rights are inalienable. You can't sell them, you can't give them away, they can't be taken. They're collective. They belong to a whole people, not just one person. And they're intergenerational, which means they connect the ancestors of the past with all the generations yet to come. This is about protecting a living, breathing legacy. To really grasp how massive this shift in thinking is, consider this powerful analogy from history. For centuries, human beings could legally be considered property. The abolition of slavery wasn't just some small legal tweak. It was a profound moral and conceptual revolution. It changed how we understood human dignity itself. Well, this is a similar kind of leap, moving culture out of the category of property and into the category of inalienable rights. Okay, so this sounds like a great idea, but how do you actually do it? Well, this isn't just a philosophy. It's an actionable framework. Civilizology comes with a whole new toolkit for change, with practical instruments to make these rights a reality on the ground. Let's make this super concrete. Take this civilization rights rating system. Imagine you're starting a new project, say a video game. Instead of just doing your own thing, you first co-design the plan with the community whose culture you're drawing from. Then, as you build the game, you monitor everything together, making sure all the promises are kept. And finally, when it's done, you certify the positive impact, creating a verifiable public record of ethical engagement. This could totally transform everything from Hollywood movies to museum exhibits.
And that system is just one piece of a much bigger toolkit. There are other instruments too. One acts like a doctor's checkup to diagnose the health of a civilization's heritage. There are protocols to help identify who the real knowledge keepers are in a community. There's even a kind of digital ID that acts like a passport, connecting those experts to a new global economy. It's a really comprehensive, thought-out approach. So if you put all these pieces together, what kind of future does this all lead to? This is where it gets really, really exciting. Welcome to what's being called the authenticity economy. The authenticity economy is a future where real value is created through stewardship, not through extraction. So instead of just taking and appropriating, wealth and opportunity are generated through real, verifiable, ethical partnerships with communities. In this kind of economy, authenticity, real, verifiable authenticity, becomes the single most valuable asset you can have. We are standing at a major turning point. The old model of extraction is on its way out. It's becoming obsolete. The future, for sure, belongs to those who learn how to act as responsible stewards of our incredible shared human legacy. And that leaves us all with one final thought to chew on. If culture truly is a living, breathing ecosystem, then we all have a role to play in it. So the question for each of us is this: in our work, in our lives, are we miners, just extracting value for ourselves, or are we stewards, actively contributing to the health of the entire system for all the generations to come?